Hello everyone, Be the Amazing Greek here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this channel. The video you just saw was of the railroad spike black pipe Warhammer. A little bit of fun smashing on the tree stump out there. Really simple to make, really powerful tool. They make Warhammers out there. Cold Steel makes a good one. Windlass makes some. I've never seen those tested the way they do me and Cold Steel. There's a bunch out there. Thing about this one, black pipe, storage space. Not a lot, but you know, this much, whatever you want to put in there. This is super easy to make, not a lot involved. This one has an 18-inch handle, and I'm going to show you how you can make one and what supplies you need to do it. Okay, here's our 18-inch black pipe railroad spike Warhammer. You'll need to get you a piece of black pipe. Here's what I'm using. Schedule 40, 3/4 inch diameter. You'll need a railroad spike. You can find these in varying states of decay. These were given to me by someone who informed me that they found piles of them while walking the railroad tracks. I know that in a lot of places they don't want you to do that, but for 10 minutes and the possibility of having 10-15 of these to make more, you know, I think I can get in and out pretty quick, especially once they show me where they were. You can order these online if you want. They have used ones. They usually run from $1 to $1.50 beginning price each, or you can buy them basically new for starting around $2 a piece, and you can get batches of them. I've seen from anywhere from 5 to 25 in a batch. You know, sometimes you get a better deal. You're also going to need a grinding tool. You're going to need the cut-off wheel so that we can cut into the black pipe. You're going to need the buffing wheel so we can knock the coat off of this, and to clean up the spike, I'm probably going to use this one right here. It looks nice. Looks like it wants to be a Warhammer. Fairly straight. Head's off a hair, but when you hit, I don't think the object's going to know. Probably use that one. You'll want to use this buffing wheel, clean off the rust and stuff, so you can paint it up and weld to it, have a good clean surface. Same thing here. And this one's going to be 25 inches long because I did not want to cut that pipe down to 18 inches and just have a 9-inch stub that's not even got thread on it. So we'll see how it does versus the 18-inch. Have a good reach on that one. So let's see how we put all this together. We are also going to be using the welder. This is a MIG welder. That's the one I use from Harbor Freight that I got. It's a 90-amp flux wire welder. It's a 110 plug. That's why I got it, because I don't have 240. That thing works awesome. The first Warhammer I made, I used that. My mace, I used that. If you guys have seen those test videos, they do not break. And we're also going to need a vise to hold our parts in as we cut and sand. Just wanted to get that out there. Alright, the first thing we want to do, we want to take our buffing wheel, the flapper wheel, and we are going to take off first 1.5 inches or so of coating on this so we can get a good surface to weld to. Wear safety glasses. You only get 2 eyes. You don't get a refund, or you can't trade them in if you mess them up. all it takes to get it ready. Not only will we get a good surface contact when we weld, we'll also now have a clean surface to mark our lines when we get ready to see where to position our spike and make those lines with a marker. To make life easier for myself, I'm going to do a little strip here cleaned off so that I can attach my welder clamp to, and I don't have to be way up at the other end where my head's going to go and get weld splatter all over it. I can clamp back here, make good contact, and that way my welder will do the best job it can. Ready to be welded. Now we do the same thing to our railroad spike. I'll do this side so you can see, and then it's just a repeat process. Looks. Yeah, see, cleans up very nice. You can still see some little bit of pitting in there, but the outside surface is clean, and I'll do the whole thing like that so that it will take paint well, and then so that it gets good contact again when welding. The paint and rust inhibits your ability to weld. Sometimes you'll see where somebody welded something, it looks burnt, like it actually had flame to it. A lot of times that surface was painted and they're trying to weld through the paint. It's just easier on you, and the weld looks better if you will just buff off that stuff, make you some clean points, and let that electricity, you know, make good contact so you can get the best weld you can. Alright, when you pull this spike out after buffing all those sides, it will be warm. So either gloves or give it time to cool down. Of course, I'm not doing either one of those, so how smart am I? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to position, we'll do it this way so you can see, the spike. Now, everybody has their preference how they want to do. To me, I had taped my first one on, and trying to get a feel for it, how it felt, if it felt good and all that, you know, the reach and all this. So, for me, I like to have the head sticking out an amount, then the spike the same as the head, plus about half as much. So whatever here, I'd like 1.5 on this side. So see, that looks good. You'll get good penetration like I did in the stump. You can go in kind of deep, say for zombies, things like that, apocalypse. This hammer surface, when you're coming down with force, you're not only going to go, you know, like this into the skull, you're going to get good penetration like that. So it's just kind of how you want it. If you hit me up and said, I'd like to buy one of these, you know, I can't weld this and that, I'd like, you know, I think these are, let's see how long they are. These spikes are 6 3/4 inches long. So it looks like we're going to have ours about 2 1/4 head out this way and 3 1/2 that way. So 2, 3 1/2. Okay. So this doesn't have to be a precise science. Viewing it from the top, we want equal amount on each side. You can use a ruler or a tape measure to make sure you got that. Like I said, that is warm. Alright, we're pretty close right there. So what I do, it's shifting a little bit on me. Alright, on the top, on each side, woo, that's hot. I'm marking where my spike is sitting. Oh man, it shifted. Wow, that is really hot. And then what I'll do is I'll use my, here we go. Oh yeah. So I've got marks going this way. To make straight lines on a circular pipe, one of my viewers showed me this trick. Here's where my line comes. So when you put this piece of metal, an angle iron, onto the round piece, it has to line up. It can't sit sideways, it can't be cocked. It just, the way it is, it has to line up. So I'll put my leading edge over here with where my line was, come straight down, and I know that I'm lined up with my marks going straight because I'm using the angle iron to do it. That is a very useful trick. When I was doing the pipe knife, one of my viewers said, yeah, instead of doing all these weird measurements you're doing and trying to lock things down, if you use angle iron, it'll make the line for you. Very straight and true. And I've been using this trick ever since. There. See? Got my straight lines. Oh, with that shine, it makes it hard. Maybe at an angle. There they are. See them? And then I'll measure down however much my spike is. I actually want my spike to sit up about 1/8 of an inch so that when I weld, I'm riding up onto it and I connect the metal. I don't want to go across a flat surface. I want to have something here and I can build up and really, really grip it with the weld. Okay, the spike has a height on the body of 5/8. So I want about 1/8 sticking up, so I go to 1/2 inch. Now I only had to mark it one place because we're going to use another little trick to make it straight. Take something like an index card. You get some thick paper if you want. When you line up your paper so that it comes around and connects, it's going to be straight. So now just, whoa, that's not real straight. That's tight right there. So I'm just going to go around. There we go, right on the mark. Do not want that to move. There we go. There we go. Then we'll change blades on our angle grinder. We're going to cut down, and then we'll cut across, and then this piece we can pop out with a pair of pliers. And we won't go too deep. We just want enough that we can get in there, cut that out, and then we'll file it down. Alright, now we cut. Safety glasses. This throws a lot of sparks. gonna have to get me a beard apron or something so I don't catch on fire. There we go. Okay. We'll clean that up with a file after we cut the back section. Alright, we've got it where it'll go down in there now. What I want to do is see if one side is higher than the other, so I'm going to put my spike in here about kind of where I want it. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's not too bad. Alright, I need to take a little bit off right here, and let me mark right here. Need to come down. Yeah, just a hair to match up on the other side, and being a good snug fit, that'll help when I go to weld it. It'll hold in place. I can put a little bit of tack welds on there and won't be flopping around on me. Alright, that right there looks pretty good. I like that. So the next thing I'm going to do before I weld, I'm going to change out my wire. Right now I'm running the wire that uses my emergency wire. It's just the stuff that came with the welder. It works, but it's not the best. So I went and I picked up some new wire today. It's by Forney. I thought I used Lincoln before. They said this is comparable. It's got a 70,000 psi tensile strength. That is, of course, as long as you make a good bead and good weld. You know, that'll be on me. But I'm gonna change the wire out, and then we'll weld that thing together, and then we'll give it a test. Okay, I do not know how this is gonna turn out. I've never tried to weld on film. I want to say this. We prepared a spot like this on the bottom of our handle. Unfortunately, my clamp is not large enough to go down there. So it doesn't open up that wide. So I know that I've cleaned this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. I'm going to go ahead and run the bead. We'll see how it turns out. I don't like wearing these heavy duty gloves, but when I made the mace, I overdid it with the heat in this hand. Swole up. It looked like I'd been in a real bad fight or something. It was terrible. So better to be safe. And alright, sorry I'm in the way. Put it on high because I want to really get in there. Alright, and watch your eyes. We'll see what happens here. Whew, that's a little fast. Put forward, see what we get. Man, that wire makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Alright, now let's ping it. I don't remember the scientific principle behind why we do this. I just know after you weld, you're supposed to ping it. Not exactly sure why. I'm going to have to look that up in the welding book. Wow, that does not look too bad. Good and solid. I don't have no cracks in there, or not cracks, but like porosity, anything like that. So I'm gonna clean that up, see how it looks, and see if I need to adjust my wire speed, which I think I need to slow it down just a little bit. And I'm gonna continue to weld. I could feel that, boy, in my hand. See, the knuckles already through that glove get a little bit red, so you got to be careful. Yeah, we're gonna continue on and see how this looks when we're done. Alright, the first pass of welding and stuff is good. It's done. I'm going to clean up a little bit and see if there's anything I need to fill in or if I missed something. it around, keep cleaning up, and see what I got. Alright, had a couple little spots that I had some gaps in, but everything looks good now. I cleaned it up a little bit after the welds. It's a little bit warm. It's nice and smooth. So only thing to do now, we'll put the cap on it just so I have a hand stop when I'm swinging it, and we'll go back out to the stump out there and test this one. We'll do the two-handed strikes where we were doing one-handed strike with the 18-inch. This one's 25 inches like we said, and let's see what kind of damage it can do to that tree. I'm going to call that a success. So, both Warhammers, the 18-inch model and the 25-inch model, gave some pretty good deep penetration. I mean, I buried this spike all the way, you know, minus the radius here. You can really get some force generated swinging this thing two-handed. Whoever you're fighting, zombies, whatever, they're going down. They're not getting up. This one, a little more, I would say, indoor, single-handed use. You could swing this one hand, no problem, but your recovery is going to be a little slower than with this one. You know, you can swing this, recover, no problem. So, if you have the tools and stuff, I hope you make one. I'd like to see if you, you know, like me, I want to get into the, build me a small little forge so I can heat stuff up. I would like to put maybe, you know, some flatten this out, make it kind of a blade on this side, maybe curve a little bit, or, you know, make a tomahawk something, a little blade on the end. I haven't done it yet. I would like to. And I would sell these, you know. I don't know. Have to come up with a price, but the test was a success, so now I'm just going to break stuff until I get tired. There's nothing left where I hurt myself, one of the three. So this has been here a while. It's a pressure treated, well, I don't know if it's pressure treated or not. It's been out in the weather, had a lot of pressure on it. It's treated something, so got some 1/4-inch panels of plywood running across here in the back, so let's just smash it. Two-handed model first. We're going to see if we can destroy one of these 2x4s. Oh, that's digging in good. I will say this, cord wrapping this, some paracord, would be a good idea. As I miss and I hit on the shaft, transmits very much, especially on my ring finger. But whereas a wooden dowel or a wooden handle, smashing against that, you might fear. You don't have to fear that with this. Alright, let's smash some of this. Well, here, let's... There we go. Alright, let's try to rip through some plywood. If you had a shield made of plywood, I would have just ate you up. That buried all the way to the pipe. Hammer's the way to go against a shield. The spike will scare the shit out of them because it's coming through, but that hammer goes completely through. I'm going to work this 2x4 single-handed with the 18-inch model. Seems the way to do. Work your way down, then you can knock a chunk of that stuff out of the way if they got something barricaded. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, baby. We can tell this is wet compared to right here. Alright, let's try again. See that? That'll scare you. I was going to make some 1/4-inch plywood shields now. I don't think it's worth it. Hammer. I think I held back on that one. Oh yeah. You'll be perfectly fine with this tool. I'm Be the Amazing Greek, and I thank you for watching. If anybody interested, let me know. I'll make some of these. We'll sell them. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want. Walking Dead is back on season 5. It's inspired me to start getting back into this. You know, have been a little bit busy with a new child and a new grandchild, and those gazillion Dodge videos I'm trying to upload right now from where I did the engine. So I appreciate it. Thank you. There will be more to come.